local Comic Con. I think focused on, I think it's women and non-binary creators. I might have that wrong. It's Somerville, Massachusetts. So we're gonna take a look and see what's here. I'm the Riddler today. That's my new. It's my new favorite cosplay. I think. Scarlet. I still like Scarlet Witch, but it's not currently my favorite. That's because the Riddler from Gotham is like more written as more autistic, and that's something that I can relate to, and something that I find to be similar to my own life experiences. So this is like a cafe. I can flip here. It's like a cafe with some live music. Like we got Thrawn, some other Imperial people. Yeah, it is really hot. I'm definitely going to have to wash this Riddler costume when I get back. Yeah, this coat, it doesn't look like it's warm. It's very thin, but I guess on a hot day it's very warm. Like anything would be very warm. Some more Star Wars stuff. Some dice for sale, pint glasses for sale. A lot of Star Wars here. So there's like a Dungeon Master service. Smells like figs. Here's a bank that's tabling here. I'll take what are these, like dog treats?
No, it's dog bags.
Bags. Oh, dog bags. Okay. Yeah, thank you. I'll take this. Got a dog bag and bowl for my dog who lives 2 hours away. So eventually that will get to her. There's a lot of Star Wars stuff. I think that's like R4, R2. Hello. Oh, I'm sorry to hear about that. Yeah, so if you just joined us, hi, I'm at Cazi Con in Somerville, Massachusetts, near Boston, Massachusetts, and we're checking out the tables here. A lot of Star Wars stuff here.
He's a lot bigger than like you would be little. Maybe I'm little.
Alright. Oh, here's some custom Star Wars stuff. Yeah, welcome if you just joined us. I'm at Cazi Con in the Boston area. Here's some comics. That's a really good comic, DC Pride. I highly recommend that. Far Sector also is a really good comic. Like an alien murder mystery. Oh yeah, here's Mon Mothma. We got Rebel Pilot. Maybe Mace Windu. Oh, there's an IG-11. I think that might be a Rey. A Dr. Aphra. Oops, sorry. Some like indie comics. Ooh, here's some handmade like glass stuff. That's pretty cool. Some more glass stuff.
Just emailed the other day. How's Cazi Con?
Some stickers and handmade stuff. Hello. Got some prints here. Some little keychain toys. Some indie comic books. Who's over here? Indie comic books. Some more indie comic books. This side we got some stickers. Some ornaments. Indie comic books. Some handmade scarves and clothing. Bookmarks. Some sketches. Some artwork. Got a Zatanna over there. Some stickers, indie comic books, crocheted stuffed animals. This is all really cool stuff. Oh, thank you, Jellen. Thank you, Jellen, for the like and the subscribe. Here's some stickers, custom Lego portraits. Those are pretty cool. Thank you. Here's some keychains, buttons. Here's some like handmade socks. Some more artwork. Some potions, candles. Some artwork. Some handmade bags. Yeah, a lot of Star Wars here. There's a Jawa. Can people hear me, by the way?
And I also want to do a big shout out to guys, thank you much. Mother's great. Mother's service.
All right, let's go see what they have for panels. I think there's a monster one going on now.
Smart man. I said that's right.
Comics, some more comics. Handmade bags, some books, some prints of characters.
That's a good one. Yeah. See, that's a good one. Maybe I will hold that. I'm walking over there. I'm 50 years old.
Some comics, some prints. Hi. So who are you guys? Who are you guys? Okay. Okay. Oh, very cool. Very cool. Yeah.
So mice is something that we do on. It's the biggest indie con.
Okay. That sounds good. I like cons. Thank you. Some more comics.
That's been on my mind a lot, the whole series.
All right, here's the panel.
Bringing up the discussions of like how do we do things together? How do we bond together to figure out a problem? And we're going to be dealing with a lot of them coming up. So I think the answer is community. But watching that show, you see how some things get quickly evolving, and having the opportunity to principle taking care of each other and looking out and being involved.
Good to see if this person does commissions.
That was up to the third movie. They wanted me to redo a whole bunch of memes. So that was also like, so Pat Jenkins saw that and asked me to do like a DVD cover for her. And she's brilliant. She gave me the best notes. And you have sales, some of them might be, would you like to sign it, Leah? Oh my god, so she's the last one to lose. She doesn't use bad language. I'm like, you don't drive, you don't drink, you don't get to use that language. Alright, go for it. Thank you so much. Oh really? Oh, you're the best. I'll let you give that to her then. What do we say? Thank you. Oh, hey. And thank you so much. You can draw some more? You sold out?
I'm also a big fan of Chemical Range. This is the that
I guess I draw in Photoshop. Which is why I was saying I should move to Clip Studio. Been meaning to do it for years. It's a great costume, by the way. I love that coat.
Oh no, you're fine. You can.
You heard of Rebel? Pardon me? You heard of Rebel? No. Rebel. R-E-B-E-L? Oh, L-L. Rebel.
Welcome everyone. If you just joined, I'm Justin and I'm here at Cazi Con in the Boston area. Right now I'm checking out some local artists to see if they can, if they have anything that I'm looking for.
Yeah. It came out of the computer. Yeah.
One of the things I really like about it, that one is a zombie novel about
Oh my god. It'll get thicker? That's great.
Yeah, so it looks more organic. Like the wiggle that you get, but you still have a ruler. So you don't have to
Oh, thank you.
So this all, everything I hear is done for like movies, TV shows,
Okay.
or comic books, and yeah. So for like that, they send me like hundreds of photos of the bat suit
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah.
Every nick and everything is just
Okay,
meticulous.
awesome, thank you.
Yeah.
How much for a commission from you?
Oh. Well, how much for a commission? For a picture? Is it $4 for a picture? Yeah? What would you like a picture of?
Could you draw? I can pull up a. Oh, first of all, do you take like Venmo?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I can find reference for it.
Yeah, so it's the I'm really into Gotham right now. So it's a picture from the Gotham finale of like the Penguin and the Riddler like holding on to each other.
I don't know. I actually drew so much stuff for Gotham. Actually,
Yeah.
I did their entire social media campaign.
Oh wow, yeah. So it was probably a promotional image.
I don't know if she's going to be able to do that. I think we might need something a bit. Maybe
Okay.
just either the Riddler. Or, this. That.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. If she can't do that, she could just do the Riddler instead.
Do you think that? Do you want to try and just draw the Riddler? The guy in green. Alright, let me just find a shot of the...
All right, I've made a commission.
Do you want the hat too?
If you can, yeah.
Alright. Alright, do you want to try and do this guy with his bowler hat?
Kid, so I'm trying not to point the camera to her, but we're gonna draw. She's gonna draw me the Riddler from Gotham, which is currently my favorite cosplay, my favorite characters.
There you go. Oh, you want to grab that one? Yeah, absolutely. Let's just pull it straight out. Yeah.
Hello and welcome. I'm at Cazi Con in Boston, and right now I'm taking a look at some local artists.
Thank you. That was actually one of the rare commissions that I did, actually.
Artists too, have always been like graphic art. And there's some of the other programs, like Clip Studio, like,
Yeah.
they're like, oh, this is for artists. They like to draw on tape.
Yeah.
And Photoshop says, oh, you're a photo animator.
Would you like me to sign this to you or just sign it? Yeah. What's your name again?
It's
Mark.
not outside the realm of
M-A-R-K?
possibility. My only, I do have a small response to that.
let me get out of your way.
It's a little dragon.
Thank you.
There's my commission in progress there.
Most adapted show character. So it's like, oh my god, a recession happens after a big Dracula film or a big vampire film. I mean, there's so many vampires like all the time. People are trying to say, oh, it's 30-year cycle, so gotta wait 30 years after.
Alright, let's let that dry for a minute. And that'll be $10, please, Mark.
Yep. Between like Twilight and its 30-year anniversary, and it's brilliant. So like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I will say like, yeah, protect yourselves.
That's my name.
Whether or not Sinners is doing well. And yes, I am also.
And what's your Venmo?
Oh, it's just...
All right, I am back on the stream. I had to Venmo the person who I commissioned, and that disconnected everything. So, but I'm back. I'm back here. It was a really I had a really nice conversation with this guy Jason. It was like a comic book illustrator. I commissioned his daughter to draw me the Riddler. Signed by her. It was $4. This is a pretty good piece of work for $4. Pretty good piece of work in general, but certainly for $4. Yeah, I'm really happy with how this turned out. And I've done a good job of not buying like everything here. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this is going. Let's see what's going on for panels. All right, welcome to the person who just joined. I'm at Cazi Con in Boston, and earlier we took a look at a lot of these artist tables, and now I want to take a look at the panels and see what's going on for panels. Yeah, so here were some of the comic book vendors and the artists from earlier. And it seems like they're setting up for another panel right now. Sorry. Yeah, I've got a video coming on, just while we're waiting here. I've got a video coming on how to, or how the Riddler in Gotham, and how I really connect to him as an autistic person. And then I've also got, my button's not buttoned here. And then today or tomorrow, I've got a video on how Doctor Who just absolutely is cooked. They totally, I won't spoil it in this video, but they totally just went off the rails in a bad way. Sometimes it is possible you can go off the rails in a good way. This was not that. The way that episode ended was just terrible, and not just like the ending was terrible. It sets up something for the new season that is also going to be terrible. So not only was this episode terrible, it's also setting up a bunch of terrible stuff for the future seasons. So Doctor Who's just absolutely cooked. Marvel, same thing. They did something similar in the way that they're using Doctor Doom and the person who's playing him. Yeah, they really just these like franchises just can't move on to new ideas. They're always just stuck trying to recreate the same thing over and over again. And it's like, if I wanted the same thing again, I could just watch the older season, but so there's no point in just doing it again in the new season. Hold on a second, I'm gonna fix my... yeah, welcome to whoever just joined. I am at Cazi Con in Boston. I'll give you like a bird's eye view. This is what we're dealing with here. And I spent $4 to get this awesome commission from a kid, small child. Yeah, what's everyone up to today? While they set up for this next panel, I'm going to see if there's anything I missed. I don't know if there's also some other rooms or something that I haven't. They've got some Star Wars custom cosplays I want to check out. Yeah, I'm looking for a cosplay for Andor. Or some character in Andor, if not Andor himself. You got a Roger over there. Some Star Wars coloring, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm just waiting to take a look at this cosplay book here. Yeah, welcome to everyone who just joined. I'm at Cazi Con in Boston, and I'm taking a look. Earlier, we took a look at some like indie comic book artists, some just artists in general, some cool Star Wars cosplayers. I'm in my Riddler cosplay, and I ordered a commission from a small child for the Riddler, which was awesome. Got some droids over there.
So I think there's like 2 years, it's like 8 by 11 one you can use a printer, or I think to replace
Hello. So you guys build droids? That's your organization?
Yeah, that's something we do in our spare time, yeah. The club has been going internationally for about 25 years or so, and every now and then someone decides, hey, I'd like to build one of those R2D2s, and they join up, and if they have enough dedication and time and skills, or time to develop those skills, they can build anything from the Star Wars universe.
Yeah. How long does it take to build something like that, and how much?
It varies depending on how much free time you have, really. Like, it took me about 4 years on and off.
Yeah.
If you have access to a 3D printer and you have lots of time on your hands, you could probably do it in like 6 months.
Gotcha. Cool. Yeah, I was. Someone was telling me about building one of those, and whatever kit they were looking at was like a subscription. So it would send you like one part each month. I think they didn't go with it because it was just it would have taken like you have to get one part every month.
Yeah.
And then you put one thing together at a time.
It's an Italian company, right?
Yeah. Maybe.
But those things look very nice and detailed and everything.
Yeah.
But I don't know how many months you need to subscribe to be able to complete.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Alright, here's the cosplay book I wanted to look at. Yep. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be so awesome.
Alright, we got Bo-Katan,
It's pretty fun.
Black Chrysanthemum, Bost,
I should get a Jedi
Cad Bane.
That'd be awesome.
Death Watch.
Or no, I have a white Kia, so I want to get a Stormtrooper. So it's like K1138.
Oh, these are cool. I've always wondered how people do
You looking at doing a
I'm just I was looking for Andor. I'm just sort of flipping through, but I do look at Andor eventually. But is this paint or is this like a silicone thing that you put on?
I believe for this one, so this is from the Legacy comic.
Yeah.
I believe it is a body paint. I think.
Gotcha.
Looks like a body paint.
Yeah, that's what I would have thought.
Yeah. So these are all the like scum and villainy characters.
Okay.
So we got your bounty hunters here. We've got and I know down here we got. These are all just like the bad guy / Republic clone troopers side of things.
Gotcha.
But there's a ton of different groups out there.
Is there anything from Andor in here?
Oh, good question. From season 1, probably, yes. What are you thinking in terms of the costume?
So possibly Andor himself.
That would probably be under the Rebel Legion.
Okay.
I definitely know there are Cassian Andor outfits. I think there was one member that had Cassian. There's someone that is Jin. or so. And they're usually a cool combination.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are definitely ones for Cassie. And I don't think there's one for his like Aryan Sky outfit from like where he's disguised as like a fashion designer from season 2. Have you seen season 2 yet?
I have seen season 2. It's awesome. Yeah.
You know that like after he wears the glasses?
Yeah.
I would love to wear that. It's so fun. But in terms of like carrot stuff from Andor, let's see. I'm feeling like closest I can think of. I know there's TIE pilots, which is more from like Rogue One.
Right.
ISB uniforms.
Okay.
So we have the Imperial Security Bureau. So there are a few different versions of it. I think the one for us would probably be from like Rogue One. And
Gotcha.
I think really the biggest difference is probably going to be the so there's the ISB uniform. That's probably the only one I can think of immediately.
Okay.
But there's also like Imperial Army as well. So you can get like the if you want to wear like the helmet. If you want to wear the like non-helmeted outfit, which I think is one of these. Based off the it's also there's a lot of this whole thing is 501st Legion kind of consists of like the bad guy characters to like limos. Do you have an idea of what characters you want to
yeah, I mean there's certainly other characters like any of like the Dathomite witches.
Oh, the Dathomite.
Or Ahsoka's probably more easier to find.
Oh, I think they're I know Ventress is in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have all the various outfits for her. Because her concept art from Attack the Clones, which is really cool.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that there
Bounty
was
Hunter outfit. Night Sister robes.
Oh yeah, Night Sister probably is that one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're very cool.
I
like this. Circular. That might be it. But
okay, cool. Yeah. So those are like commissions that you would go on the website and.
So in terms of the stuff, I'd say if you wanted to scan that QR code right there, and that will take you to a form. If you fill that out, it will like you can put your name and your contact info, and give us an idea of what sort of costume you're looking to build, and we'll put you in touch with someone that can build it for you. It also allows you to join our forums. We also have Discord servers as well for that.
Oh yeah, you guys, I heard about you guys because you when there were a bunch of stormtroopers in the Mandalorian, it was the are you the 501st Legion? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, some members out in the California garrison were asked to be.
Cool. Yeah.
It's very cool. Sometimes we get some really cool opportunities for that. Mm-hmm. Hey, if you need a lot of stormtroopers, call us.
Yeah. Awesome, thank you.
So yeah, feel free to take a card or stickers.
Sure.
We also have some as well.
Okay, cool. All right, and it looks like the next panel has started, so I'm gonna go up there and check it out.
And a little bit of Godzilla, which I just he will be destroying Boston very soon, and it was a lot of fun to pick places for Godzilla to just lay waste to. Yeah, so that's me. Yeah.
Hayden is also nominated
I was just
for
gonna say it.
Best Ongoing Series and Best Cover Artist. If any of you have access to anybody that has an Eisner ballot, please get them to vote for Hayden. That is a vote that is absolutely worthwhile.
Please pardon my terrible voice, guys. I lost it yesterday. Oh no. I'm Tina Ford. I am a Hugo and Eisner award-winning artist. Guardian. My next book coming out is Space Cat, which I did everything except for write it. Yeah.
Well, while I got you, Tana, when did empathy and storytelling start becoming important for you?
I think from the very beginning, right? Stories are how we develop empathy for other people. It's how you get in the skin of other things, right? So from the time I started to read. Okay?
Do you have a character that you first bonded with? What about you? When did empathy and storytelling start becoming important for you?
Oh man, I mean, like you said, it's kind of the whole reason we get into it to begin with. Like, it's so inseparable from the enjoyment of any of this, like the ability to connect with the character, that I don't know when it starts exactly. I mean, like, you see Luke Skywalker wanting to leave the planet, and like, oh, I get that, I feel for you, buddy, and stuff like that. So I can't really pinpoint a first time.
Okay, my answer is Rogue from the X-Men like cartoon series when she couldn't be touched. That was me as a kid being like, oh my god, like something about that changed my life.
That's awesome. Sierra, what about you? When did storytelling and empathy start becoming important for you?
Yeah, when I was a young warthog, I was a kid that empathy was not natural to me. Like, I was, for whatever brain juice reasons, I was just like, I'm out here living my life. Everyone has to be identical to me and understand my point of view intrinsically. And I was very into fairy tales, as many young children are. My father was an army brat in Germany and brought back a book of like having a moment where I was like, oh dang, people are different from me. Was reading Hansel and Gretel, and the parents sending away their children to die in the forest. I was like, dang, these people are evil. And then the next line is something like, they had no food and they didn't want to see their kids starve to death slowly in their house. I was like, oh dang, that makes sense. I understand now why they would do a horrible thing. Even though it sucks, they were presented with a choice. I wonder what I would do in that situation. And it's been a weird time ever since. That's, yeah.
What a fantastic time for us reading all your work.
Thanks. Yeah, shucks.
Yeah, no, there's definitely something in the water in Germany when it comes to just like the grim fairy tales that are coming up with back then. There's, I think for me, like, empathy for storytelling, the character I most bonded with when I was younger was actually Dritz Werden, the Dark Elf from Forgotten Realms series. And for those of you who aren't familiar, he was like this, a dark-skinned elf who came from a subterranean race, and then he wanted to escape this like evil, oppressive, government basically, or society that he was part of. They were very much into like ritual, sacrifice, and murder, and big, scary spiders, and he was not. He was just kind of a nice guy in the wrong place, and he went up to the surface, and then he faced all this discrimination because of how he looked and his people's heritage, and there was a lot of like prejudice he had to overcome, and a lot of things that were new and scary to him. And to me, as this like little white kid in Marshfield, Massachusetts, which was 98% people look like me, this was something that touched on real world race and perspectives, and talked about it in a way that, like, it didn't age perfectly, but it got the ball rolling, and that story is still going on today. It's still evolving and changing, but that conversation about race, even in a fantastical sense, it gave me a sense of perspective and to start thinking about things outside of my own experience at an early age.
Drizzt is such a great example of, I think, just getting off on the wrong foot, making the worst first impression you possibly can. Because He comes from a race of people who are technically evil at the time. I had a similar thing with Batman, actually, where I didn't get Batman, and it was only when I came to Massachusetts and didn't have any friends here that I really saw the edge of my own mental health, and I sort of understood Bruce, because I thought, if you want to enact real change around you, you're going to spend those billions on homeless shelters and educations and scholarships. But then seeing the limit of what I could do, I realized that's how Bruce copes, and that's how he gets by day to day. Yes, he could do more, and maybe sometimes he does. But Batman, for me anyway, is what keeps him alive. That was the way that I started actually empathizing with him. So you guys, well, when you're actually working on the page, or in your case, performing the characters, how do you increase the empathy? How do you get people to empathize with your characters? What little tricks do you have? Anybody want to go?
Trying to start that off. I don't know. I think for me, it's helpful that, like, especially within something like we got Absolute Wonder Woman, where she's got a giant sword and she's got to kill a kaiju. Like, that's the table stakes. But then you slip into that the moments that, as Kelly has so beautifully written, these quiet moments where you get a glimpse of her with her mother growing up at a variety of ages, and we continue to cut back to that. And those moments where we get to see, yes, we get to this like big moment. You get to the moment where she pulls out her sword, she kills the kaiju, all of this stuff. You get all of these amazing beats, but then you build that in a character that is has all of these quiet moments. You build up the big and the loud with all of the quiet, and that makes everything else so much more valuable. So having page space within a comic, which you're limited on, we got like 22 pages, we gotta kind of cook and keep moving, but really taking out a chunk of those so that you can be quiet and be empathetic and spend time having one character listen to what the other one is saying, and even if they're not saying anything, paying attention to the way, as an artist, you're drawing them, emoting, reacting, that they are connecting with what's being said, which hopefully draws the reader in, and then the big choices that they have to make are more meaningful, because on a very small level, you know them a little bit more intimately. That's for me.
Anybody else?
22 pages is so little to put so much in. I am empathizing with that. It's a little full circle. We're all coming around. It's a learning moment. At least for me, a lot of empathizing is about understanding where other people come from. And part of when I am writing a character or working on a character, acting on the page, is to make the audience understand what they're going through. And that's effective for both the protagonist, who you want to like and relate to and empathize with, and a villain. I think the most compelling villains are ones that you understand why they're doing what they're doing, but you're like, don't do that, maybe. I just finished Andor, like I'm sure a lot of other people who here. Yeah, and maybe I'm just like predictable, but as soon as Dedra walked on the stage, I was like, you're gonna do horrible things, and I'm sitting down, I'm listening, I have my little pad out, and I think the way that we see her progress, even saying that is a little bit weird, we understand what she wants, we understand how she's going about it, and at the same time, it's like watching a car wreck happen. You're like, wow, this is horrible and terrible, and it's not going to end up in a good place, but I can't stop watching. This is fantastic, and we know who we're rooting for, but I think that we can have understanding for every one of the characters in the show, and that's something definitely that I try and work on in my own work, coming back around.
We love a messy bitch.
We love a messy bitch, thank you. Yes. And I love working with morally complex characters, so definitely, you want to see people trying, you want to understand where they're coming from, but you can also just be like, hey man, that's no bueno.
Before we get to Alan, I want to ask you about how you do it in role-playing, but the graphic novel storytellers, how do you use the camera to create empathy? Because here's the thing, I use a lot of film terms, so when I'm drawing the character, I think of their performance, or as like Sierra just said, their acting, but we are also the DOP, we're the production designers, we are doing everything. So how are you using those elements, and how much can you control to create that empathy with the character, create a connection with the character. She'll come back for gold.
I'll take this. I'll start this one off. You started last.
This is an unscripted question. This is why they're all.
I know it's good. I like vibes. I'm going with vibes for my final answer. No, there is a lot of thought process that goes into what you want to show, but also what you don't want to show. And I think that it's easy to be like, having a character, seeing the character's face can show you how they're feeling. But also, not seeing a character's face is sometimes more interesting. Sometimes you don't see a character's face when they're going through something that is no bueno, and you put yourself into that position. It's a lot of making, again, understanding where the character is coming from, and then being able to make visual, creative decisions about where you would be standing with an invisible camera for people who don't exist.
Yeah, like I think part of composing scenes to get like a sense of, you have a conversation between two people and maybe there's a shift in power balance in it. I mean, you have a lot of options at your disposal, but making somebody very large compositionally in something, it gives them a sense of power over whoever they're next to, whatever they might be talking about, or positioning the camera down so you're looking up at them. So your reader knows everything in scale and stuff. They don't think they've become massive if you're doing your job right. And hopefully they don't look like they're 10 stories tall. What you're getting at is like a sense of their control over the situation, and then the reverse of that, looking down on somebody makes them feel diminutive and small. I don't know, not uncommon to see in film and TV a shot of looking down at somebody who then stands up and rises into frame, and you get that sense of power as you move and interact with them. You're going from like the submissive to hero pose all within one motion. And there are some